Well, it's about 82 degrees. They say in Spartanburg it feels like 100 degrees, so we're really blessed being up here on the mountain. I've had a good time speaking at a local church and just thankful for that opportunity to continue to tell people about Jesus and how to have a successful Christian life. Hope that you've had a good day today too. First and Second Samuel is an interesting section of Scripture, or it tells us historically about the changeover from judges to kings, and we see a very interesting number of stories. In First Samuel, we see three people. We see Samuel, Saul, and David. In Second Samuel, we see only David. We see a period of time of about 94 years in First Samuel, and we see a period of about 40 and a half years in Second Samuel. We start out in First Samuel with Hannah praying a very deep prayer from her heart, asking God for a son, and a promise and a pledge that she makes to God if he would grant her that wish, and she is faithful to keep her end of the bargain. Samuel does a pretty good job for a number of years, but he makes a mistake when he's older of appointing his sons, and they're a disaster. Disobedience by appointing those sons to watch over the people of God. And we see then the coming of a tall and handsome king named Saul. Most people would say, well, probably a pretty successful king then if he was tall and handsome. Well, maybe so and maybe not. I think you'll find as you read the story that he wasn't a great king, and he was disobedient to God, and as a result, God took away his kingdom. Brings us to the story of David, when God sends out for a new king. He tells us something very important in 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. God looks at the heart, not at the appearance of tallness or handsomeness. And unfortunately, David has a very similar ending in the fact that in 2 Samuel, we find David's adultery, and David's kingdom would never be the same. What's the consistency of 1 and 2 Samuel? Men who are imperfect, men who are disobedient to God, and men who miss out on God's best because they were disobedient to him. That's something for all of us to think about. God's not looking at our stature. He's not looking to see how tall or handsome we are, or how tall and pretty we are. But he's looking to see who has a faithful heart. He's looking at the heart. And he's looking for us to start, continue, and finish in obedience to him. It's a very strong message. We see it repeated over and over again in the Old Testament. We see it repeated in the New Testament. God's looking for faithful people. He doesn't care if we're young or old. He doesn't care if we're short, whether we're tall, whether we're heavy, or whether we're thin. He's looking at the heart of man. If I were to title a message today based on the 1 and 2 Samuel, I'd say, how are you looking? And I don't mean in your appearance as man looks, but as in 2 Samuel and in 1 Samuel 16:7, God looks at the heart, and he looks for faithfulness and obedience to his word. That's your thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.